So it is currently Monday and I am 6 weeks and 6 days based on my new calculations. I had a fun weekend. It was a long weekend. It was a really long weekend. I went for a walk at Park Run with my friend Vicky and we bumped into Nicola and told Nicola the good news, who was overjoyed for us. She was actually crying, bless her. And then I spent the rest of the day packing to go down to London and getting my parrots ready to go down to London for a parrot event on the Sunday. And that was a 5-hour drive down to London because I had to pick up my friend Sophie on the way. And we stopped for a flight to fly the birds and then got everything together after sorting out all her birds and then made the trip down to London. I think we ended up getting to London at like 8, half 8 at night. It was really late. Got all the birds in, let them have some out cage time, did some training with them, got them settled ready for bed and then ordered our own food. I think we ended up getting an Indian in the end. I had this weird veggie ensemble with like chickpeas and potatoes and onions and all sorts and some garlic rice, and Sophie had something to do with chicken. I didn't really take note of what she was eating, but we ended up getting to sleep around 11ish. As usual in a travel lodge, I never sleep particularly well, but I did actually sleep better than I usually do in a travel lodge on this particular night. Enjoyed a sleep, woke up at 8 o'clock, I believe we got up. I was about to say 7, but it wasn't that early. I think got up about 8. Got all the birds sorted and out the cage for some time, did some training, and then packed them ready to go, packed the car so we could go to the event. Got to the event for 10 o'clock. We got mobbed by people, which is always going to happen when you go to events like that with your pets, especially when you have some sort of social media following, which my girls are known in the Pioneus niche of the parrot world. My girls are very well known because of their YouTube channel. And my friend Sophie is extremely well known. She's got thousands upon, like tens of thousands of followers, if not more. I've lost track of how many followers she actually has because she's got 6 or 7 free-flying Amazons, a free-flying Patagonian conure, and now a free-flying macaw. So she got spotted a mile off because she had her birds on her head and on her shoulders. She got stopped a lot, an awful lot, and Sophie actually has social anxiety, and when she gets anxious, she becomes overly polite and she finds it difficult to end the conversation. She actually said that she really needed me there, or glad I was there, to pull her away or say, right, come on, we need to go, and to pull her off. And it was so annoying. It was good, but it was annoying because every single time I pulled her away, someone else stopped us within 2 feet and started a conversation again. We did manage to get some shopping done. A huge collection of toys now for the girls, which they are going to love. But we didn't get to do too much shopping because we got on getting stopped. We didn't manage to make it to any of the talks that we wanted to go to because of the amount of people stopping us to talk. But it was nice to meet a lot of people. It was nice to actually meet some of our followers and our subscribers and stuff. That was actually quite a lot of fun. It was very tiring, quite a lot of fun. And my social battery completely and utterly drained by the end of that day. Then during the free flight display, one of my friend's birds went missing because she got chased by seagulls. That was entertaining. That was not entertaining. That was stressful mainly for my friends. But we stayed behind a bit later just to make sure that they were okay and that they weren't too worried. And they did get their bird back, thanks. They did get their bird back in the end, thankfully, that same day, luckily. But because we stayed back, we ended up leaving really late. I don't think we started leaving London until like 6 o'clock, about 5:45, something like that. Again, it's a 3-hour journey to Sophie's house and then a further hour journey back to my house. And that's not including stops on the way for toilets and drinks and food. So it ended up being another almost 5-hour trip from leaving London just before 6. About between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. I got home eventually at 11:15 and I was exhausted, like beyond exhausted. And all that driving ended up making me a bit travel sick, which is partially morning sickness. But my morning sickness seems to be triggered by things. So extreme hunger, it seems to be triggering my nausea. The drive home, like the long drive, seemed to trigger it, same as how it triggered it on the way back from Scotland. Because Jason had to do pretty much the whole drive back from Scotland because I was just feeling so, I had to sleep through it because I just felt like I was going to vomit at any minute. But other than that, It was a great trip. The problem being is I've woke up and I'm still tired. I'm still exhausted. And it's not so much from the pregnancy. Obviously, pregnancy is having an effect on that. But it's mainly because yesterday, like the weekend in general, was such a long weekend and so tiring. So much driving, so much talking, so much interacting, so I'm trying to look after my birds, so much walking. And I'm just exhausted from it. I am absolutely exhausted, and it has left me in the grouchiest, nastiest mood today. I have been grumpy and irritated by everything. I was super clumsy this morning because of the tiredness, and I was getting angry and irritated at myself every time I dropped something or knocked something over. I was getting cranky with the dogs. Not angry cranky, just any time they yanked on the lead just made me go... It just niggled an irritation any time they pulled on the lead, or any time they went behind my legs on the lead and nearly tripped me up. And one of my friends is actually having a really, really difficult time with her newborn, and she's going through the hair loss stage of motherhood, which I have to look forward to now. But she's going through the hair loss stage, which is making her a bit down, and we suspect she's got postpartum depression. To an extent, it is really, really, really difficult for her because her emotions are all over the place, her feelings are all over the place, and she can't find what's working for her. And I felt awful because every time she put a message on with a complaint or an experience or an emotion that she was feeling, I was getting so irritated and cranky by it. I was getting really triggered by it, and I feel awful for admitting that, but it was true. Everything she was complaining about, I was getting really cranky over. And in my head, I was telling myself, well, no, Ash, she might have postpartum depression. Like, she can't help these feelings and these emotions, and it's not like she isn't trying, and she isn't trying to find ways around it, and this, that, and the other. It's like, she's trying, but it doesn't matter how much my brain told me common sense. I couldn't stop getting irked by it. And I felt awful because I'm usually the most sympathetic person in the world. And I had no sympathy. I hate admitting that. I despise admitting that, but it's true. I had no sympathy whatsoever. I was a nasty person today. I went to Tesco on my way home from work and got myself some California rolls from Yo Sushi, which are made from cooked seafood sticks and rice and a bit of seed and a bit of seaweed, so they're perfectly fine to eat while pregnant. I refer to sushi as my happy food, or I refer to some foods as my happy food because they endorse happiness within me. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it does, and it worked. I went to Tesco, I got this happy food sushi, and it did cheer me up a bit. It got me out a little bit of that angry grouch mode. Jason coming home got me out of it a little bit more, and we just told his extended family today. Seeing all their congratulations and all their excitement for the little one, for little Minion, is another thing that's slightly pulled me out of that anger and grouchiness, but I am still very angry and grouchy. I need a good night's sleep, and I need food. I'm getting really hungry. But I need a good night's sleep. I really need a good night's sleep. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, just how much I've been talking yesterday. My voice is sore. My voice is really sore. Oh, I'm so tired. It was such a long day yesterday. Anyway, I will leave it at that. I just wanted to come on and note this little emotion day, feeling day, anger, grouchy, irk day. Oh, I'm trying to log as much of this pregnancy as I can because I see so many people with the first trimester and they jump between week to week to week and they've made notes on their feelings, but I don't feel like it truly covers how that person was feeling at the time. And that's what I want to show, is while I'm going through all of this, I want to show exactly how I'm feeling and exactly how things are affecting me, because I am having a much easier pregnancy so far than most people. A much easier pregnancy so far than most people. I am about to enter week 7, and they do say that in week 7 the emotions and the sickness and everything and all the symptoms ramp up. It can't be as bad as the congestion I've had for the last 3 weeks. Week 7 starts tomorrow, and hopefully after a good night's sleep I will be out of this grouch, because I do not like being grouchy. I do not like being a nasty person. I get hangry, I get very hangry, and I get very grouchy when I'm overtired. So that is something I'm going to need to be careful of and consider when Minion finally comes along. Not again. just sneezed like 11 times. So I am now on 6 weeks and 7 days. And I'll be honest, I feel like death warmed up. But it's not because of the pregnancy. Oh, no. It's not because of the pregnancy. But it also kind of is because of the pregnancy. Basically, I have hay fever. As anyone who has watched my channel for over a year knows, I have hay fever. And last year it hit me like a ton of bricks. This year it seems to be doing the exact goddamn same. But I have been told by my best friend who recently had a baby that, you know, pregnancy lowers the immune system. So the chances are it's making the symptoms worse than what they should be. I googled it and she was right. Pregnancy makes hay fever symptoms worse or more noticeable. More noticeable, my arse. I have not stopped sneezing, having full-on violent sneezing fits all freaking day. My nose will not stop goddamn running. There has been... I woke up this morning and my nose was super blocked. So I just like tried to wriggle it around, just try and loosen it a bit. And I swear to God, it's like someone turned a tap on and it just came pouring out like water. And it's been like that ever since. Ever since, it's just not stopped. It wasn't too bad at the start of the day and it's progressively got worse as the day's gone on. My throat is sore and raspy still from the weekend, from all the talking, and also because of the hay fever. My nose is sore and itchy as hell and it's just constantly tickling, making me sneeze. And like I said, the sneezing fits are violent, like violent, angry sneezes. My nose won't stop running. I've gone through 2 toilet rolls worth of tissues today just blowing my nose. It's absolutely ridiculous. From about 2 o'clock this afternoon, my eyes started really itching and I could just feel them start to swell. They haven't got worse than that. They are just really, really itchy now and dry and sore, and my nose just will not stop tickling. I feel like death warmed up. And like I said, this isn't even pregnancy symptoms. This is just hay fever symptoms made 10 times worse because of the pregnancy. So yeah, if you are pregnant and you are a hay fever sufferer and you just happen to be pregnant during hay fever season, good luck. Literally, good luck. This is hell. This is literally hell. But like I said, it was this bad last year. Last year was the worst I had ever had it. So far this year, today has been the worst day. But tomorrow, the pollen count is excessively high. So I don't know what I'm going to be like tomorrow. And tomorrow is day 1 of week 7 as well, where my symptoms start ramping up, supposedly. Obviously, it's not specifically on week 7, but I've watched a lot of vlogs that says the symptoms ramp up on week 7. That was a nice little nugget of information, knowing that hay fever is made 10 times worse by pregnancy. Or the symptoms of hay fever is made 10 times worse by pregnancy. Amazing. Now, apparently I can take antihistamines or the standard over-the-counter antihistamines, but it does say to contact your GP before taking them, just in case. I don't really take antihistamines because they've never worked for me. They just sort of make the symptoms less worse, but not by much, and usually not to a bearable level, so I don't see the point in buying them just to have that much of the effect knocked off. Seems a waste of money to me. I've just put up with it all day. I have to admit, I was hoping to come home from work today because I finished work early, and I was hoping to come home and jump straight into exercises, and instead I've just run around doing errands, just ticking things off my to-do list, booked an appointment to renew my passport, updated my driver's license because my driver's license needed updating this year, which I'm going to have to update again when we move house in the next couple of months. The legal process for the house is still going through, and so many other things. I've had to put away all the dry dishes, and I've had to make my own tea, had to sort out my girls, did my training for my girls, my parrots, and it's just been one thing after another. So I've not long eaten, I've not long had food because I was starting to get nauseous from hunger. So I said to myself, I'm going to let my food settle for about an hour, which will take me to just about 7 o'clock, and then I will plan on doing my exercises at 7, which is going to be the first time I'm actually exercising in nearly a week and a half, because there's everything's been on top of me this last week and a half. But for our exercises today, we're going to do the simplistic mobility method like we always do. I've also worked out how to restart my hybrid calisthenics. I had to basically delete my account previously I left it a week just to be sure, made my account from scratch so that it automatically restarts me right back to level 1. So I'm planning on using that to build myself up while I'm pregnant so it doesn't overload me and I can take it slowly and steadily. I believe today's exercises are press up or wall press ups and knee raises. That's going to be good for me because I do need to do some core workout as recommended by the GP and the NHS. I do need to do some core workout and I also need to do some strength training ready for when little one actually arrives. So that's what we're going to do today. Also, just FYI, yes, I will be doing my exercises in my sports bra, which for anyone who has a problem with that, tough for 2 reasons. A, it is damn warm today. I am boiling just wearing a t-shirt. I am in my late 30s, nearly 40s. I don't give a damn of what you think of my body at this point. But I'm also doing it because I want to see how my belly grows as I progress through my pregnancy, as well as how my flexibility improves and my mobility improves. And the best way to do that is with skin tight clothes or basically showing some layer of skin so you can actually see the bends and the changes in the body itself. And again, it's also to see my belly bump grow. My bump won't start showing for another 5 weeks, I believe it is, minimum of 5 weeks before my bump is going to start showing. And yes, I am a bigger, curvier lady. If you don't like that, you're on the wrong channel, sorry. But please don't be offended by it. It is literally please don't be offended by it. Please don't take it the wrong way. It is literally just so that I can see my progress better. Because I have found in my more recent videos when I've actually kept my t-shirts on, I can't see the progress as well and that demotivates me. It does the opposite of motivation. It is perfectly normal. It is perfectly normal for a woman to exercise in a sports bra. It is no different from a man choosing to exercise topless. It's the exact same situation. If a man can exercise topless, a woman should be allowed to exercise in a sports bra. That's my opinion. And none of you is going to change it. I do apologise. I don't mean it in a rude way. I'm not doing it for OnlyFans. I don't do OnlyFans or anything like that, or OF, or I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that word on this channel or on this platform. But I don't do anything like that, and my content is not for that purpose. It's just that that is the best way to see progression, especially when you're going for flexibility, is having nothing showing from your actual body shape. I know, it's annoying, but like I said, if a man can exercise topless, a woman should be able to exercise in a sports bra without getting the weird comments. Oh, I'm out of practice. Oh, damn, I'm out of practice. That's tight. Out of breath already. So out of breath. Okay, now that is the mobility done. And my eye has been itching throughout that whole thing and driving me insane. Oh, the joys of hay fever. But on to hybrid calisthenics, and today's exercise is wall pull-ups and jackknife squats. Fun, 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 fun. Let's get my calisthenics back on track. Right, so for the wall pull-ups, I'm going to use the beam on here because that's the only thing I currently have available. Level 1 is 2 sets of 30, level 2 is 2 sets of 50, and level 3 is 3 sets of 50. That's a lot. But we're going to try it anyway. Good start, solid 50. Solid 50, and I'll be honest, it was kind of easy. There we go, we've officially passed level 1. Sorry, I say level 1. Progress 1, 3 sets of 50 reps. So the next exercise is jackknife squats. I automatically hate because I can't do them because I'm a little, like with the big butt and the big chest, I'm a little overbalanced. Really, really, really difficult to do these for me. So level 1 is 2 sets of 15. Level 2 is 2 sets of 25. And level 3 is 3 sets of 35. I'll be impressed if I get to level 1 on these. Oh. Oh, I'm done. 15 for that one. That's me done for the day, if you can't tell. So in total, for the pull-ups, or starting pull-up progression level, we passed level 3 and are moving on to progression 2. For the jackknife squats, we only managed level 1. So next time we need to try and aim for level 2. But I couldn't go past 15. I was crying by the time I got to 12. But now we know. Now we know where we're finally back at. Like I said, that's me done for the day. I'm gonna chill out now, do some more video editing now that I've actually got time, or because I've got time today. I've had a very long, very snotty, very sneezy, very productive day, and I'm proud of myself for that. I've not got everything done I wanted to get done, but I got most of it done, which reminds me I still need to go do the dishes. So I am officially on week 7, day 1. You really need your claws clipping. And I've actually had to take the day off work today because I woke up this morning with really bad diarrhea. Really freaking bad diarrhea. And yes, that might be a bit TMI, but I did say I was trying to vlog everything that happened to me during this pregnancy. And this is one of the things that's happening to me. I woke up with extremely bad diarrhea, and my hay fever is not as bad as I thought it would be, but that might be because I've not been outside yet. But I have woke up with really freaking bad diarrhea. I have reluctantly had to take the day off work because I physically can't do anything without having to have a toilet within racing distance right now. It's not terrible, but when the urge comes on to go to the toilet, I am having to run there as fast as I can. I had to have a full-on shower after I woke up this morning because it was so bad. Anyway, do apologise, that's enough for the TMI. So I'm having a day off work today, and I'm going to take the opportunity to actually get a lot of video editing done because I need to do a video for your channel I do. I'm very behind on your channel, so I need to do a video for my girls' channel and I need to catch up on some videos for my channel. So I am taking the opportunity. I'm not seeing it as a day off work. I'm seeing it as a day if I was a full-time YouTuber, and I would be recording and video editing and things like that. So that is how we're doing it today. You're a good girl. Do you want to be centre of attention? And my voice is also gone. Can you hear my voice? My voice is still not recovered from the weekend. I lost my voice entirely yesterday. When Jason came home from work, I tried to say hello and it just came out as hello. I completely lost my voice yesterday. Not too sure why it's so bad. It could be hay fever related. It could be that I'm still recovering from all the talking I did at the weekend. I just don't know. But for today, I have been recommended rest and relaxation and lots of hydration. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take naps anytime my body tells me I need a nap. I am going to video edit anytime I have energy, and I'm going to try and keep myself topped up on water and drinks, and hopefully I will be feeling better for tomorrow so that I can go back to work. I feel terrible for having to cancel my clients today. I really do.